Greetings from the fourth floor of Moore Hall. My name is McKenna Golat, and I'm the host of Past Deadline, bringing you the biggest headlines from Central Michigan life. For more than 100 years, the student-run media company has been the voice of the campus community. As another academic year begins, students, parents, and faculty are having mixed reactions to CMU's new food provider. While some are reporting no issues, many others claim the food at on-campus restaurants is subpar compared to last year. What's more, is people claim Chartwells has been providing even worse service. Reports of food running out or restaurants closing early have flooded social media since the semester began. Chartwells claims this is because supply chain issues and worker shortages brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic. With me today is CM Life Managing Editor Courtney Pedersen, who has been reporting on CMU's food provider switch since 2019. Welcome, Courtney, and thank you for being with me here today.
Thank you for having me, McKenna.
So, Courtney, can you bring us up to speed on the switch between Aramark and Chartwells? Why does the university say the switch was needed?
So, Aramark was with us for about 25 years. And we have definitely had issues, as a university with them. The university has, people have complained. As you know, and everyone else knows, the food with Aramark wasn't necessarily the best. But the university just said their contract was nearly up, although they ended it a year early. But they said it was nearly up, and they wanted to just go through the bid process and see who was needed, the possibilities. And one of the good things they thought about Chartwells was that they would be putting, funds to, renovations, which is, I guess, just... It was renovations for their place, but I know that was something that they thought was important. And in addition, I would say that the university said they had heard really good things about Chartwells as they had Aramark. They told us that the prices were relatively similar between the two, but who knows? I'm sure they were. That sounds weird. I am sure that they were, yeah.
So I've heard that you've had some past experience reporting on campus dining, and that you went on a field trip to Eastern Michigan University last year. And Eastern has already been employing Chartwells for a while. So what kind of things did you learn during your trip?
So Chartwells, when we got there, we almost immediately learned that the best food was just the desserts. And maybe that's just because we're college students who like desserts. But that was a really big thing. We talked to some students who had some interesting opinions. They're like, it's okay. But overall, the food was just pretty standard, I guess. There wasn't anything great, but it was better than Aramark. But at the time, that wasn't really saying much to us. So, but even now, looking back, it was a lot different.
So how did you compare what you ate last week to that experience?
Yeah, so last weekend I was a part of the CMU and U Day. And to go, you get, if you work, you get a free, lunch voucher. So me and the associate editor, Tess Ware, we went to try to eat the food, see what people were complaining about. And we really thought it would be good. Well, we didn't think it would be good. We thought that they would be putting out their best effort, I guess, their best foot forward, more or less, for, the parents who are there for CMU and U Day. And it was also Parents Weekend. Turns out they did not. The food was really gross. We had really cold, flavorless mac and cheese. The chicken was super dry. The eggs were plasticky. Just genuinely not a good experience. Even the desserts weren't really good, which was sad. But although I have had a chocolate chip cookie from Chartwells, which was in fact good, so there's a little bit of both.
Right, and this week CM Life did an editorial basically just summing up the complaints students and parents have had about Chartwell's food and service. So why don't you first explain what an editorial is?
So, an editorial is basically the opinion of the editorial team as a whole. So, it's something that as a group, we work on putting the ideas together, and sometimes we take turns writing them, or we all write it. It's something where, like, we all decide on, like, talk about it, and, like, all of our ideas are kind of put together and are written.
Okay. So then what were some of the complaints you heard from students and parents that helped form CM Life's opinion for the editorial?
We've been hearing so many things and seeing pictures online and posts about no food in the dining halls. Just like literally there not being food, or a kid talked about spoiled milk once. Another time there was uncooked chicken. People were just talking about how the food is genuinely inedible, and they really hate it. Some people say they get food poisoning, so we were really looking to kind of see what the overall opinions were and kind of going there to piece it together.
And what were some of the main issues that CM Life found from the interactions you had with unsatisfied diners?
I think the big issue overall was like the quality, and that can go to how the food wasn't very good, how there was a lack of employees, and how there just wasn't food, and I think that all just kind of stems for the quality of what is being served.
So what can administration realistically do to fix these problems?
I think the best thing for administration to do is to either give out some refunds for each month that goes wrong. So obviously, September was a bad month. If you have had so many open jobs, there's money sitting there that is going to no one, and you know who it could go to? Those students who've had a really bad dining experience. And I think that'd be a great way to spend those funds. And then if it continues, just a little more refund each month, like a little money back. Another good one would be meal exchanges. So the Down Under Food Court opens in two weeks, I think, less than 2 weeks. And I think they could easily do meal exchanges. So the students would have the opportunity to go down to any place in the Down Under or Subway on campus or Einstein's or any of these places and get a meal for free by using one of their meal swipes to pay for it. And a lot of other universities do this. I know they do this at Eastern. So I think that's something that CMU should definitely implement, and it would maybe not 100% it won't 100% fix the problems, but these are good starting points.
So then what kind of reporting will we see next from CM Life? I've heard that there's a FOIA pending with all this, so.
First off, we've told people to message us on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Send us your complaints, send us your food. We'd like to see it. We'd like to talk to you. Second, we'll keep you updated on if there are any refunds from the university, any meal exchanges activated, things of that nature. And in addition, we have FOIA'd for the contract. So I think I just received that. So hopefully we'll be working on something about that and comparing it to the other universities.
All right, awesome. So thank you for speaking with us today, and on behalf of the CMU community, I wish you the best of luck. You can follow the latest from CM Life by following us on Twitter, liking us on Facebook, and connecting with us on Instagram and Snapchat. Subscribe to CM Life's podcast channel on iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud. The print edition of CM Life is published every other week and is distributed throughout campus in Mount Pleasant. Thank you for listening and supporting CMU student media.